It's officially been 30 years since the passing of Kurt Cobain. If you ask around, many people believe that Kurt's passing may have been caused by foul play. Recently, however, Tom Grant, the private investigator hired by Courtney Love to find Kurt before he passed, has posted Kurt Cobain's autopsy in its entirety. Many are skeptical of its authenticity, as Kurt's autopsy has been private for the last 3 decades. Posting on his X page, Tom Grant posted a link to a PDF, writing, "Download link for a free copy of the Kurt Cobain autopsy report." This is the first time the autopsy report has been made public. From the looks of it, Tom has his own site that's been chronicling his investigation into the death case, dating back to when Kurt was found in 1994, and it seems Grant's come to his own conclusions about it all, but the bigger point is this document that he's published. Tom claims this is the real deal. This is actually Kurt Cobain's autopsy. This isn't a fake. He claims that this is 100% the real autopsy, although he doesn't explain how he obtained it. As I said, Kurt's autopsy was never released back then, and it all had to do with some Washington state laws that prevent the disclosure of that type of info. They do release these docs to family, though. I don't know if maybe back during this investigation, maybe Courtney Love faxed or the autopsy report to Tom or something, but the only way you can get this report is either somebody in the office leaked it or a family member sent this to him. I've downloaded this PDF, and I'm going to go over it right now. Alright, first off on this first page here, it says that Kurt's blood test results show morphine, codeine, diazepam, and nordiazepam. And then in the blood test, it shows signs of opiates and benzodiazepines, which isn't surprising. Kurt obviously had a very high dose of heroin in his system when he passed. The benzodiazepines are interesting, though. I've never heard this before. So I actually went and I printed out the physical autopsy. I printed it out, whole thing. It's about 6 pages long. So I'm just gonna record this and I'm gonna read it. I already read the first page of this. So flipping the second page here. I don't know if there's anything interesting in this report. This seems legit though. Like, it's from the King County, state of Washington. This is from the medical examiner. This might be legit. Alright, so let's read this page here. An inquiry into the death of Kurt Donald Cobain, aged 27 years, was conducted by the King County Medical Examiner. This inquiry included investigation and documentation of circumstances surrounding death, as well as post-mortem examination of the descendant, which did include autopsy. It has been determined that the death occurred at 7:18 hours on Tuesday, 5th April 1994, located at 171 Lake Washington Boulevard. This is the summary of circumstances surrounding death. Death was reported at 10:30 hours, April 8th, 1994, by Seattle police. According to the investigation, a workman discovered Mr. Cobain dead at home at approximately 0900 hours, April 8th, 1994. The deceased had a wound to the head, a shotgun was found at the scene, a note indicating intent was found in the residence. And this is signed, I don't know if I should say the guy's name. I don't know, I guess you could run this name and see if this guy's an actual medical examiner. I'm not going to say his name. If you guys want to read the report, it's pretty easy to find right now. And it says the cause of death on this is a contact perforating shotgun wound to the head. And then this is the opinion. This 27-year-old male was found unresponsive at his place of residence. His death is attributed to a contact penetrating shotgun wound to the head. In view of the scene and circumstances surrounding his death, the manner of death is classified as... This is the real report. I recognize this guy's name. So at the bottom, this is signed by Nicholas Hartshorn, who, if you guys read or watch my documentary, that's in there. This is the guy who did it. So I think this actually may have some authenticity to it. I was a little skeptical, but now I'm actually holding this thing in my hands. Alright, here we go. This is the scene note. On April 8th, 1994, we received a call at King County Medical Examiner's office at approximately 1100 hours regarding the presence of a death at 171 Lake Washington Boulevard. I left the office at approximately 11:05 hours and arrived at the scene at 11:25 hours. I was in the company of Dr. Donald Ray, MD, and at the scene we were met by members of Seattle Police Department. The scene is that of a house with a detached 2-car garage with an atrium over the garage. We are directed to the back of the garage, up a set of stairs into the atrium. The victim is lying in the atrium supine in a west-east direction. Garments on the front of the body are open and consist of a white, blue, and yellow patterned long-sleeve button-up shirt, a white cotton-type t-shirt with long sleeve with 2 black figures inscribed on the front, a pair of blue denim Levi buttonfly jeans, which are appropriately fastened, and a black leather-type belt, is appropriately threaded through the belt loops and fashioned. Unbuttoning the pants reveals an underlying pair of camouflage pants, underlying pair of gray sweatpants, an underlying pair of white thermal underwear, and an underlying pair of white Y front briefs. The feet are clad, and that is weird. So apparently, according to this report, Kurt was wearing 3 pairs of pants. The body is that of a Caucasian male, and rigidity is easily broken. To the left side of the head, there is a large amount of blood matter extruding from the left external auditory canal. The face, in addition, is streaked with blood. There is considerable drawing artifact around the eyes, and the eyes sink into the orbits with... Oh, I'm not a medical examiner, guys. I'm doing my best here. Opacification of the cornea. Clasped in the left hand is a 20-gauge semi-automatic shotgun with the left thumb and left index finger around the barrel. The barrel lies against the chest of the victim. Examination of the head reveals an apparent penetrating shotgun wound to the mouth. Examination of the hands show considerable drawing artifact over the palmar surfaces. Noted on the hands or on the left wrist is a black banded wristwatch with a human face on the face and a white hospital identification band reading Cobain Kurt. In addition, on the right hand are 3 rings, a white metal ring with a green stone, a white metal ring with black stone, and a yellow metal ring. On the left hand is a white metal ring and a yellow metal ring. Rolling back the sleeves reveals an apparent recent needle puncture wound and needle tracks on the right forearm extending into the right. The body is searched by myself, an investigator. Present in the right front jeans pocket is $62 in bills and $1 in quarters. Present in the left jeans front pockets are miscellaneous papers, an address book, a lighter, and $1.86 in coinage and bills. Present in the right rear jeans pocket is a Delta Airlines passenger receipt, flight tickets from Los Angeles to Seattle dated April 1st. Present in the left jeans pocket is an airline ticket from Seattle to Los Angeles dated the 30th of March. Examination of the miscellaneous papers in the left front pocket reveals some writing in a black ink. Remington 20-gauge shells or shorter set up for light shot. An ambient temperature of 61 degrees is recorded at 11:30 hours, and a core temperature of 61 degrees is recorded at 11:40 hours. Other observations at the scene include an expended 20-gauge yellow shotgun shell to the left of the body, and lying adjacent to the right of the body is a cigar box with a hypodermic insulin-type needle contained within. In addition, a small glistening piece of plastic paper is located to the left of the body, containing a small residual black foreign body tar-like material. There are numerous shards of glass present across the floor at the atrium, and these appear to have come from the pane of glass at the door where paramedics obtained entrance to the secured room. I depart the scene at 1200 hours. So that was the incident report. I read it in its entirety. Now we're going to kind of skim through the actual autopsy itself. So this is where the official autopsy report starts. This is page 4 of the document. This is essentially needle track marks. They've taken record of the needle track marks. These are external body markings. There is a half-inch non-professional blue-black tattoo of a question mark located over the dorsal surface of the left forearm. And then, alright, here we go. This is the external evidence of injury. There is obviously the shotgun wound. This is information about the entrance wound and the path of the wound. So this seems very real for an autopsy report. Like, this is very detailed. If this was a fake, this is a damn good fake. I'm going to flip the page here. There's a lot of medical talk there, and I actually have the pictures of the report up right now on screen, as you guys can see, so I'm sure you're reading along with me here. This is more of the entrance wounds and exit wounds. There's abrasions marked down. I don't know if YouTube will let me read some of these really gritty details here, but you guys are reading them on screen right now, so that's kind of a workaround here. Now we are on to the actual, autopsy report here. So this starts with neck. A layered dissection of the soft tissue, muscular, and bony structures of the neck demonstrates no significant abnormalities with the usual atomic relationships preserved. This is pretty graphic, so I'm going to skip it. This is just, the heart weighs 275 grams. Everything looks good. So this is just your typical autopsy report when you get down to this part here. No evidence of disease or injury. There is no consolidation or enlargement of the air spaces. The pulmonary vessels are normally disposed and unremarkable. Now we get to the last page. This is the interesting page. This is the page with what they have as a diagram on the very last page of the autopsy. So I'm going to leave that on screen for you guys to read that, but that actually does it for the autopsy. Wow, I didn't actually, this kind of flew under my radar. I didn't know that this was ever released. It's been out quietly. This thing has been out for like 2 months. I just found it a couple days ago, and I thought that I'd want to come on here and read it, because like I haven't heard anyone talk about it. I haven't heard anybody say anything about it, so I don't know what caused this to be released, how Tom Grant even has a copy of this. You know, because I've tried to get, I'm sure lots of, you know, people who are interested in this case have actually tried to have the autopsy records sent to them, but the state of Washington has extremely tight laws when it comes to that. You can only be a direct family member to receive this, and you have to, you know, show proof, and it's a whole process. So the fact that this is leaked is, honestly, I don't know. It looks very real, though. There's a phone number, there's a fax number, like, there's agency case numbers, and yeah, man, like, you guys can take a look for yourself. I'm actually going to link it in the description. The link where I got this from, it's on Tom Grant's website, but I'm going to link it in the description below anyways, and, you know, that's all for today. 30 years since Kurt died. It's still crazy now, and that's going to do it for today.